you know. So I don't want to rush through God of War just to play Pokemon. And I'm one of those people that it's kind of hard for me to invest time into multiple games. I'm more of a I'll play this game for like 500 hours and enjoy the hell out of it and then put it down and play a different game,
Mm.
versus play like, 5 hours of this game and then, next time I have some time, play it, 5 hours of that game. And I can't really do that.
Right. Okay. I I don't know. I'm like that too, but Elden Ring has had my attention since February. I did take a break to play Frogun for a while, but I just been so addicted to just fighting these bosses with my own standards, doing no roll challenges, no hit, no damage, without the heads up display. That it's just so. Even if I upload it and it gets no comments or any responses, I just the fact that I was able to achieve it and then upload it just is enough, and it is addicting enough for me to just keep going and just keep finding bosses to
Well,
dominate.
you're the challenge is for you. You're not
Yeah,
doing the challenge because you're trying to show off or say, "Oh yeah, look at what I." No, you're doing it because that's the enjoyment you get out of it, and
yeah,
that's great. And
and
people will see that when, like, you'll see just randomly people start watching the videos like, "Yo, all right, I see what you did,"
mm-hmm.
like, it'll click with them and it'll get interested. They'll watch all the videos. I usually watch them when I see a new video come up. Yeah, I don't always comment or something like that, but I'll usually throw it on like during when I'm at work or something. I'm like, oh, a new video. Let me see what you think of this boss.
I don't know if you saw the Royal Revenant, but I had like literally no respect for that boss fight design.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that one. It's funny because I saw that one and I think I wanted to comment, but at the time I don't know why I didn't comment it. I was just gonna say he's a regular enemy. I know he's technically a boss, but he's just a regular enemy. But
Yeah,
that's kind of like how it is for a lot of the bosses in this game. They're just regular enemies that they throw in a room and they just say, okay, this is the boss fight version of that regular enemy. But the health is no different. The attacks are no different. It's literally the same enemy.
what's hilarious about that video? You'll notice I this is the first review I've sent out that has the heads up display on, for the just for the boss review in general, and I just simply walked in and just got him. And I've spent a few hours. I can only spend. I was only able to spend just so much with him because his design is so frustrating because of how aggressive he is. He doesn't slow
Yeah.
down. He just keeps moving around. And I know in the review I mentioned Ludwig the Accursed. He's like a really poorly designed version of Ludwig, and he even
And
has,
even Ludwig had like telegraphs, to his moves. So
yeah, exactly, the sound, even sound tells. He would make a very specific sound, and you're like, oh, he's about to do this attack, like his charge attack, like, and you're like, okay, I better move out of the way.
yeah, yeah. No, Royal Revenants, oh my God. They're literally the cancer of Elden
And
Ring.
what I find really annoying is when I'll upload a fight like that, and I'm like, hey, what are your thoughts on the Royal Revenant? And someone would be like, oh, I just used a healing spell and it killed him in one shot. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, I'm glad you found that enjoyable, but um, do you have any
And
thoughts on the design in general? Oh well, I just walked in there and just defeated it with one shot, and it was easy. I'm like, oh well, I mean, do you have anything else you want to say? Well, and they just stop responding. I'm like, come on. I mean, I don't upload these just for brag. I don't upload these for bragging rights. I just upload these so I can get people talking, and it's very infuriating when no one wants to talk about it. Um,
no one wants to talk about the Royal Revenant, man.
yeah, I know. I mean,
They're like,
I just meant in general. Like the Onyx Lord, if that's how you pronounce his name. I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to do that boss fight without rolling.
yeah, probably because of that one move, right? The grab, the orb grab.
No, it's the orb throw.
Well, see, he throws the orb. Does it push you or does it grab you towards him
The tracking is just on point with the player that it's just yeah, I don't think you can avoid it. I don't know if you there might
without
be I don't
rolling?
there might be, but I haven't seen anyone do it. I even mentioned in the review, I'm like, hey, if there's anyone that's done a no rolling without using this level design exploit, let me know because I want to see it. But there might be some kind of jumping thing you could do to avoid it, but I didn't really find it. It's just a little section in the middle of the level design that prevented the orb from getting to you was the only way I could get through the boss without rolling.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder if because I think that specific Onyx Lord, you only fight him there in the game. Like he's nowhere else. There's a couple of Alabaster Lords that you fight throughout the game, but the Onyx Lord, I think you only fight one.
Doesn't he have a spirit version?
No.
Like at one of those seals that you activate and you get to fight him as a spirit?
Oh, maybe actually. I don't know.
Let's see. Yeah. See, his main fight is in the sealed tunnel, and he's got one in the Royal Grave Evergale.
Oh, the one behind Ronnie's Three Sisters area. Okay, right. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, here it
I
is.
remember that.
The first Onyx Lord encounter can be found in Learning of the Lakes, imprisoned in the Royal Grave
Yeah, he gives
Evergale.
you meteor. I think he gives you. I remember because that's what I did in Elden Ring. I made a bunch of builds. So I have my magic build, my strength build, my katana dex build, my um, faith build. I have literally 7 characters fully decked out, played through the whole game with all of them. And that's what I did uh when I was playing through Elden Ring. And like when I was making my magic build, that is one of the bosses that I fought early.
Mm-hmm.
Like I basically rushed towards him because he gives you this really good magic called Meteor.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, but I didn't do any challenges per se to try to fight these guys. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you
That's
can't dodge
that's the
that
unfortunate
move.
thing about challenging yourself. Just adding organic challenges. Challenge standards in games like Elden Ring and Dark Souls because not that many people do it at all, and you don't find many people on YouTube that have done it and uploaded videos. They don't for some reason they don't want to talk about it either. I'm like, it's not, it wasn't that bad of an experience, was it? I mean, obviously you did it, so you enjoyed it to a certain extent. So I mean, I don't know. It can be a very lonely kind of area to be around because of course, people don't have to fight the bosses this way, but it would be nice if more people did challenge themselves in that way. That way, it would be a more fascinating discussion. And that was kind of my main, gripe with difficulty settings and accessibility because the more accessibility you have, then the less people want to talk about the challenge in the core of the game. But of course, people don't have as
Oh
much.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
people always take the path of least resistance, of
Yeah.
course. Like if there's an easy way of doing something, that's what people, or for the most part, that's what people will do. Like the general public will use summons and phantoms and the mimic tier and magic and all of that stuff because I don't know, it's easier,
Yeah.
like
And
like very few people actually want to challenge themselves beyond whatever the main challenge of actually just beating the game in the first place is.
yeah, and that's one reason why I love these games so much because you can challenge yourself in those very specific ways, and it's designed well enough so you can achieve it after you spend enough time with it. Like when I first started playing Elder Ring, learning how to fight the Stone Digger Troll without rolling was definitely one of the most definitely the biggest highlight in my entire run of Elder Ring because just finding those iframes to able to achieve all the hits with my I think my goal I don't think it was my Golan's halberd, it was the great axe, one of the, and I think, yeah, I think it was one of the axes, And just after I don't know how long I spent on him alone, just trying to do it without rolling, and it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, rolling and jumping because I still wasn't applying jumping with my play style at the time, and man, it's just I don't even know if anyone else has done it. I'll have to look on YouTube because maybe I need to put world's first or something on it. um, but it was so
I think
fantastic
that
getting that footage, and it's a shame that no one else has. It's a shame it's not encouraged because no one else is talking about how much of a solution it feels getting it done.
there's one or two channels that play Souls games that do like to do like specific challenges like these. There's a couple of names that come to mind in the Souls community for me. There's Lobos Jr. He likes to do challenge runs where, something like you're not allowed to roll or block or parry or something like that. There's Jesus. Here's Toast or Jesus Eats Toast. I don't remember his actual full name, but it's like Hey Zeus. So it's a Hey and then Zeus. Hey Zeus.
Okay.
Um, and then there's also one more. Um, I believe it was Happy something. I forgot his name now. He did a really, really cool Souls marathon run where he actually didn't get hit in all of the Souls games, starting with Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro. He played through all the games and did not get hit, like, did not take any damage from any source in any one of them.
Hmm.
So there are definitely people out there that do that stuff and communities out there. I don't think anybody's done it for Elden Ring yet. I know there's no death runs, but I don't know if they've done no hit runs with applying the modifiers of like not rolling or not doing like there's definitely it's definitely been done in the previous Souls games, like the no roll, no block, no sprint. Those That's been done in some of the previous Souls games, but I don't think I've seen one for Elden Ring yet.
Yeah, I'm looking up the Stone Digger Troll now, and I only see one video of someone not doing a no roll, no block, no jump, no upgrades. But see, he's fighting him very differently than I was. He's using the stagger more. He actually doesn't even avoid the attacks like I was. He just, like I said, he just relies on the stagger. He's using like I think the giant's hammer or something.
So he staggers the boss enough that the boss doesn't actually get to do anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's
Okay,
like I
yeah,
might be the first person to do this without staggering him.
yeah, see that's why, that's a different challenge. Sure, you can power yourself up far enough that, killing the boss in a few hits, that means you don't get to experience having to dodge or learn any of the moves or patterns,
Yeah, and,
and I don't think people realize that there is a difference
and it's
with that.
and it's the same with The Last of Us. A lot of people will play it on like easy or normal, and they don't have to worry about the enemies getting by them and studying their behavior compared to grounded mode. On grounded mode, you know, you, I mean, I also apply standards that you don't have to. Like, I mean, unless you put on permadeath or but permadeath is just man. I mean, I might as well just do no like a fist only run in Dark Souls because the time that you're wasting with permadeath, like you just get to the very end of the game, you die and you start all over. I'm like, man, I just don't have that kind of time. Like I said, I'd rather just do a fist only run on Dark Souls and spend 2 hours fighting Smo and Ornstein.
I found the guy's name for you. The Happy Hob. That's his name on YouTube. He did the Soulsborne Ekiro no hit run. So it's like all the three Souls games, so Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, Bloodborne and Sekiro no hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, took him a year and 7 months to do for all of the
Jeez,
games.
the amount of time, the amount of time you must
Yeah.
have for something like that. Um,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, he's a streamer too, so he's been obviously he played it on stream the whole time. And oh, he does have a no hit run for Elden Ring. Okay, interesting. I don't think he has anything where it's like don't roll or don't uh do some other challenges, but he has no hit runs where you don't actually get hit.
hmm.
So interesting. So he, yeah, obviously between dodging and doing other stuff.
Yeah, I just
Um,
see the bad thing about the people you listed is that they're kind of out of my range of communication. So it's not like I could just find him on Discord, and be like, "Hey man, can we talk about this boss and how you handled him?" Yeah, I think he's got a lot. He's got a lot more people around his circle, that I can access him with.
oh, I see. Well, I mean, never know.
I
Maybe
don't know.
reach out.
I'm trying to
Mhm.
climb the ladder a little bit. I'm trying to reach out to people around my sub count, and communicate
That
with
makes
them,
sense.
and then
That makes
just
sense because it kind of,
yeah.
yeah, no, it makes sense because like I remember on Twitch, for example, it doesn't matter like for the Mario Maker community, it doesn't matter if you were all playing the same levels by the same people. It's just like you gotta have to reach a certain level of clout before you even like ask certain people.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I get it.